other villages.
On the ballot topic, I was the first in our district to vote early at Avon Township, and I want to congratulate John, myself, and Linda because we won. And Georgiana, she were here.
And Jerry's taking us all out afterwards.
We're going to go to the township food pantry.
See what you did there. Not even dogs inside.
Tasty Freeze is open till 9 a.m. Okay, we will move on to business. We have an ordinance amending the sign regulations of the Hainesville Municipal Code.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Trustees Darrenowski.
Aye.
Priest.
Aye.
Daley.
Aye.
And Walkington.
Aye.
Ordinance 13-3-171.
Okay, and the next three items on business, 2, 3, and 4, pertain to our yearly budget, the estimate of revenue and appropriation, which we'll be looking to adopt formally at the April board meeting. First item up is the estimate of revenue, which covers May 1st, 2013 through April 30th, 2014. Is there any questions, comments?
We got a little explanation.
Terrific, we would
cover
love it.
all three.
We would, yeah, that would be great. Microphone, here. Thanks.
Okay. Probably the easiest if you took out the draft budget and looked at, open it up to page 1, fiscal year 2013, 2014. It's a summary page on the left-hand side. In a nutshell, what this shows down the revenue column is the expected revenue, and it's not final because we don't know exactly what we'll get from the state yet, but it's expected revenue of $2,629,629. Expenses, and this is from all the budget requests that we've dealt with, and a correction since the Finance Committee last met, we came up with a couple other things in public works, but minor correction. But total expenses of $3,097,000 for a difference, a shortage of $467,742. Here's what is included in that shortage, that overage, and here's how we're going to handle it. That shortage includes $200,000 that we are setting aside to the capital funding program. That $200,000 will be untouched this year. It'll be set up as seed money for next year in years to come. $90,000 in reserve. We started using the word reserve about 4 years ago. That's our safety net. And then there is approximately $177,000 in expenditures exceeding revenue. The way we're going to cover this is, and we've discussed this in Finance Committee a number of times, is we're going to spend down our close to $2 million savings account. We're going to spend it down at $467,000. The purpose for spending it down, and this goes back to when we first drew up the tax levy, is we didn't want to increase the tax on our residents. So we asked for the same amount in money, in cash that we asked for last year. Hopefully our tax rate will stay much the same. We had the $2 million in the bank, it was kind of sitting there, so we took it down now to about $1.5 million. We still have over a year's operating expenses in the bank. And John, since you weren't there to hear it, I'll explain a little bit further. When we first started talking about developing this capital fund, we talked about $350,000. When it got down to it, with the way the state budget is going, we decided to take a smaller chunk out of savings just to play it safe for the future. All right, so that brings us up to those numbers. That's what it's explained before. We will hopefully, we don't have total control, hopefully the tax rate will not go up for our residents with this budget. Thank you.
Well, thank you. That was a good explanation. Is there any questions or thoughts? Do we want to walk through any of the items, or are we ready to say we're ready to recommend them to take action at the next board meeting? Obviously, Georgianne Duberstein and Kevin Barrett will have an opportunity to still review.
And Georgianne was at the finance committee meeting, so she's aware of this. Really, this is for discussion only tonight.
Right.
I think we're fine. Move forward.
Yeah, I just want to know if there's anything that anybody wants to research between now and then, or any comments or concerns. And if something comes to mind after we leave here, let us know ASAP, so we can address it before the April board meeting. And I want to remind everyone that our next board meeting should technically be April 9th, but that is election day, and this room will be a polling place. So remember, everyone, our board meeting was moved to Wednesday, April 10th. So our next board meeting is 7 o'clock, Wednesday, April 10th. So just a reminder on that one.
Will there be cake?
Certainly cake. Oh, of course, well, then there'll be a big cake. How many candles are there? 50?
Oh, lady.
It'll still create a fire.
Come on, John, everybody knows you're the youngest trustee. We have to give you a little, we'll be honest.
I'll bring them over.
You could have said, we'll have it in the shade.
He's the youngest?
Go ahead, lie, Jerry, tell us.
Good Lord. Okay, if there was no further discussion or comments, I would like to ask for a motion for adjournment.
So, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned at 7:24. Woo-hoo!